Welcome back to the Real Music Observer. I'm Dave, observing real music in real time for real people just like you and me. Let's talk about music, shall we? Yeah, working on talking about music again, rather than the soap opera, which is still unfolding. And people who follow me know the details of the soap opera. It's just ridiculous. But hey, you know, if you want to talk about Jonathan Cain's wife as a topic on your threads, and thumbs up, dude. Yeah, let's talk about that. No, let's not talk about any of the other wives of these rock stars and their debauchery in their lives. No, let's not talk about that, but we'll talk about Jonathan Cain's wife, okay? Look, I'm not going there. I'm done. I just made that comment, and I'm swerving back to music, songwriting. Imagine, all right, you get some really good songwriters in the same room, and when Journey was at their peak as a band, people love to talk about Journey, so I'm throwing Journey in yet again here. You had Perry, Schon, and Cain, right? The guitar player, Schon, remember him? Now, you have those guys. Ross Valerie, does he contribute to songwriting? Don't know. Maybe some. You have to look at all the credits. Maybe he wrote some bass lines and so forth. And maybe he even wrote a few lyrics. But the point is, if you look at Escape and Frontiers, and even Raised on Radio, you got to look at the quality of songs that are being written, the melodic content of these songs. And after reading and rereading Jonathan Cain's excellent interview for Keyboard Magazine, where he talks about how these songs are put together, specifically, if you click on a link, it'll tell you how, for instance, Don't Stop Believin' was put together. These guys had a really unique chemistry. And if you liken it to anything, I remember Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon talking about how when they wrote Keep On Lovin' You, the guitar player Gary Richrath, he didn't like it. He thought it was too sappy. And Kevin's tendency is to write these sort of soft rock songs. And Richrath agreed to the song, but he said, no, we're turning these amps way up. And this is going to be the birth of the power ballad. Now, you may look at, for me, power ballads go back further. They go back to, like, Love Hurts by Nazareth. Power ballad. Maybe not the intention of Nazareth. Maybe just writing a song that was slower and bluesy and sad and melodic. I think it's a power ballad. Not a traditional power ballad, but certainly in that framework, and then gives birth to other things. And you can, obviously, I'm sure you've got your own. To me, Keep On Lovin' You was the birth of the 80s power ballad. But it was birthed because two guys had kind of like this conflicting version of what they wanted to do. Gary Richrath was a Guitar Hero style guitar player, had amazing chops, played a lot of blues, a lot of heavy-duty rock, and had a really unique sound. And Kevin Cronin was writing a great love song. And the two came together, and they created something eternally fantastic. Now, you know, fast forward not too far, at least on the timeline, to Journey's album Escape, and just pretty much no fillers on that album. I mean, the song Escape, which doesn't get that much airplay on rock stations anymore, I mean, that's kind of like the weakest material on the album, if you can say that. Songs like Mother, Father, Still They Ride. I mean, they're all just knocking them out of the park. I mean, they're just great songs. So, what gave birth to that type of songwriting? It's chemistry. And imagine if Journey got back together, put, you know, in the sense where Perry was allowed to join them as a songwriter. Whether he wants to actually sing is a completely different topic, and we've talked about it ad nauseum. It's getting actually a little bit old. I'm just hoping Perry's album comes out soon and people will celebrate and jump up and down, and I won't have to do any more videos speculating on when Perry's album will come out. But in the meantime, Neal, John, pick up the phone and say, hey, why don't we sit back or sit down and write some songs together? Let's do what we used to do. That creative process gave birth to some of rock and roll's most celebrated moments. Faithfully, Open Arms, and pretty much, again, if you look at Frontiers, Send Her My Love, I mean, you can just go through the entire grouping of songs from, say, 1981 to about 1986, after Be Good to Yourself and Raised on Radio material came out, which was still decent, had a different feel to it, because Perry was really pushing the band to R&B, hence Randy Jackson on bass and not Ross Valerie. I don't know if it made that much of a difference, but that was Perry's call, and we all know what happened after that. But these guys know how to create, they know how to write, and they know how to play. And that combination of all those people who are still on planet Earth and who are still able to think and create and write music, well, to me that would be a killer combination, and it's probably what the fans should lobby for. Now, where does Arnell fit in all of this? Well, he can sing it. Arnell was singing it before he got here. So, I'm sure he'd be willing to kind of step aside and allow these boys to create, or maybe he can be part of the creative team to some degree. But you get these guys in a room and say, hey, write some songs, they're going to write some songs. Especially since there's really no pressure, since the world knows what these guys can do. I'm sure it'll be great no matter what they do. So, the point of this video basically is to say, Journey, if you've got any gas in the tank and you want to revitalize the sound that truly made you an institution and has, you know, created one of the most, I think it is the most downloaded song in history, and that's Don't Stop Believin'. That chemistry, okay, created that. And there's no reason not to try again. I mean, you guys are all still alive. Give it a go and see how it goes. But that's a suggestion. I'm sure, you know, my videos are really starting to get around. They're getting in all the right places. In fact, I believe Journey's guitar player did see a video I made last week, because I know it was sent to him. So I know others will probably send my videos to Neal as well. So Neal, if you're watching, buddy, Steve Perry, give him a call. You guys get in a room, get John Cain in there, maybe leave Paula at home, since a lot of people apparently don't like Paula. But in any event, I think this would be a great way to sort of rebirth that excitement. And maybe, just maybe, there's another Don't Stop Believin' type song in the tank. Anyway, that's my idea. I'm Dave. This is the Real Music Observer. And yes, we will be back, and we will observe again. Talk to you then, everybody.